we go. We now have with us a visual activist and photographer, Adela Wagner, to talk about the mutual aid network she's currently organizing. While politicians can't quite get on the same page about who is deserving of basic human dignity, local organizers are taking on the task of ensuring their neighbors' needs are met as COVID-19 cases continue to balloon. Adela is here to talk about organizing her local mutual aid group and how you can start one in your neighborhood. Adela, thank you so much. Thanks for being here, and thanks for the work that you're doing.
Well, my pleasure. I should say that this is really, it's not my solo effort. It's so many people. So many people are so wonderful and stepping up and really doing beyond what they are asked for to help each other and help their neighbors. So it's not just me. It's really a grassroots movement full of volunteers and wonderful souls.
Talk about what a mutual aid network is.
Right. So it's an initiative. It's really a movement. It's not an organizational structure or anything like that. It's a movement of people wanting to help each other in a situation where they cannot get help from, let's say, government or institutional help. Mm-hmm. It is grassroots. And it's very, very useful in this situation. So it's a network of people organized based on their neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. Small cities, I'm sure they have just one or a couple. New York has very many. My neighborhood is Crown Heights, and so our mutual aid is called Crown Heights Mutual Aid.
I'm right around the corner in the Park Slope.
My goodness, we're neighbors, never knew each other.
I know, that's great. I love Brooklyn, I gotta say. A lot of the interviews I do for ACT.tv are fantastic activists, and they all live like nearby, which is kind of amazing. Buongiorno, hi, hello, Devil 23. We have people in the chat coming in, it's great. So can you talk about how the mutual aid groups are functioning in this moment around coronavirus?
Yes. So I can talk about, do you want me to tell you the structure of how it works and what everybody can do?
Please,
so we can understand a little bit.
Absolutely.
So the number one thing that everybody can do is to create a pod. Now, pod is your immediate community. It can be your building. It can be, maybe you have just 3 apartments in a brownstone. Maybe it can be your immediate neighbors. So it's 5 to 20 people that live very close to you or that share some kind of community already. So let's say that you go every week. So maybe it's that it's community that you're building in your immediate distance or that you already have and you want to check in on them. So that's your pod, and you create a phone tree. And you just say, hey, this is a really uncertain time, and I know we're all worried, and I just want to let you know that I'm here, and if you need anything, just let me know, and maybe we can organize a grocery run so everybody doesn't have to go and expose themselves. Maybe you have a grandmother that's living with you, and I can just go instead of you, so you don't put yourself and her in risk. So creating pods, and that's really important because we can't really reach everybody. I can't come and visit you at this moment, even though I would really want to, and checking on you. So maybe you have neighbors that can check in on you. Maybe you have somebody that you already know. And maybe your next door neighbor that you've never met before needs help and we don't know it yet.
What is the benefit of a pod as a group? When you ask people if they want to be involved, do you just call someone or send an email, say, do you want to be involved? We're going to try to help each other. How do you launch? How do you, pitch it? What's a nice way to say it that doesn't sound corporate?
Propose
yes,
it.
Propose. Yes. I'm here to love you. Would you like to love us back?
Would you like to love me back? Yeah, so it starts with personal relationships. Within the pod, it starts with people that you might know, and then what you can do outside of that network or outside of those people that you already know is we have different samples, and people have different versions of this flyer that basically says, hello, my name is Adela. I live on the 3rd floor. I know this is a scary time, and I want to be here for you. We're creating a phone tree. If you want, if you consent to this, if you want, you can join a phone tree, or you can call me on this number if and when you need help.
That's fantastic. And then when people when people when I guess there is kind of a leader, right? Because if you're reaching out to people, do you suggest that the people then reach out to each other? That, how do you go from like, I am here to help you, to let's join this community of helping each other? Do people check in with each other once a week? I have a phone group that I'm on that was like a different group. And it's like it's like a spiritual study group, right? So we moved it from in person to the phone, and we're still studying spirituality, but I'm thinking it'd be nice to just check in, like, hey, how are you doing about the coronavirus? And can I help you in some way? Grocery runs where only one person risks their lives. Those are good ideas.
Why don't you do it?
I already kind of am doing it, but I can't be helpful to all of these people, my building, all the communal. I'm trying to understand, how do you get the other people to jump on board and say, yes, we will also help each other, instead of just looking to you?
I think it's really organic, honestly. Like, I'll give you an example. So yesterday, me and my housemates were on our rooftop, and across a really big courtyard is a really big upping. And we've always seen people kind of moving in their apartments and living their lives and, hanging their laundry outside, but we don't really know anybody from the building. So we were all kind of communally doing yoga. And after the session, we see somebody on the rooftop across the courtyard, right? And so I wanted to say hi. Now, this person is really far, so I whistle because this is who I am. And I say hi, and they say hi back, and we exchange names and start communicating. And we find out that we're both kind of artists. And so we connect on kind of messaging system across from rooftops, right? And I offered, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, we're here. I know that we don't live in the same building. We don't even live next to each other, but I want you to know that we're here. And if you need anything, if you guys get sick or anything, just let me know or let us know. We're happy to help. And the offer came right back. And the person says, hey, we're doing a weekly run to Union Market. If you want, just, hello and let me know what you want. So I think it's really organic of how it comes back. And what's important, I think, to mention is also that most likely all of us will get sick at some point, or hopefully not, but there is a chance that we will. And so the reciprocity of help is really important. And I think people just, if they see that you're offering and you're here for them, most likely they will offer back.
That's nice, Adela. I have not had that experience in my life. I have had the experience of helping a lot of people and then no one helping me. So I'm asking you, what am I doing wrong? I might be living.
Have you asked for help?
No.
Well, that might be,
Well, maybe, if you have to ask for it, then
maybe people don't know that you might need it.
Younger than me by 20 years. I think you guys are more communitarian than.
It's really difficult to ask for help, I think. And I think this is a really good lesson for people in this time to really acknowledge that, like, it's okay to need help.
Yeah, but you didn't say that, Adela. What you said was, I offered that person help, and then you happen to be offering a nice person help. They offered you back help. So it's mutual. What if they're like, thanks, and then they take your help and run?
They go. Well, I'm sure that
everyone is nice. Maybe in Crown Heights it's nicer, and perhaps your artist sensibility draws to you like more artist people who are like, yay, let's get together. But when you're not living, when that's not the community in which you take. Okay, I told you I live in Park Slope. It's all completely gentrified. With literally, I was out on the steps and I waved 4 steps down to a neighbor. It was like,
what happened?
My daughter, who's 3 and or 4 almost, and adorable, was like, hi. And she was like, she didn't even wave back to a child. So I think
my
people are
goodness.
going a little bit crazy. So my thought is like, when I was thinking about how to do this, it was like you asked, hi everyone in the chat. I do want to say I am paying attention to you. Hi, Mr. Decrypting. Hi, B4. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, everybody. And yes, we do have a new little setup with the 2 blocks. So it's fun, right? Good time.
Well, so here's what I would say. I would say,
so do you say like, hey, and also I would hope that if I am, unable, you'll can pick up the slack here and go get my groceries.
I'm here for you. I'm not that far away. And honestly, I offer help and I mean it. I'm European. So, I'm this is not just courtesy. I actually mean it. But I think.
Oh, thank you.
I think there are
You're
two things
talking
that
to me? I don't even hear it when people are up. I offer.
See, maybe they did offer.
I am so used to
you just didn't notice.
That is true. God, oh God. Yeah.
I think it's a practice just as much as the
giving
people.
me flashbacks to my family. Like I help them and then they take the help and run.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm having a moment. Sorry, you go ahead with what
I would say it's a practice of even accepting that there is a person-to-person contact and that somebody acknowledges you, right? If you smile at somebody on the street, people might get weirded out at first, but the next day you smile at them, they might smile back. And it's a practice and learning. I think we were stuck in this state of ignoring each other. Even though we were stuck in different places, like on the subway and stuff, but we were kind of quarantining ourselves, right, without needing it. And so now we are actually quarantining, but we're seeking out connections and we're figuring out how to do it again. So I see it as like a practice of learning of how to ask for help and how to really foster that connection between people.
I'm going to give it a try. I like it. And I'm going to actually, maybe you can come back next week and I can report back what happened, because
please tell me.
I live in capitalism central, right? So
I've been there,
A lot of these people I live near left for the fucking Hamptons. I'm a renter in a friend's place. So that's how this happened. But
oh no.
Yeah. So
well, it's time to teach the renter, what is the Brooklyn way? Say hi to each other and offer help. We do put stuff that we don't need on our stoops, right? For
not
other
anymore.
people to use.
But yes, we definitely do. Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Well, I didn't think this was going to go this way, but I've enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, I think I love how you said like you're European, and it's kind of like that's what this idea of communalism is not such a far-fetched idea. And I found when I was more with my own sort of first generation community that it wasn't a far-fetched idea. But then once you start sort of social mobility, it's every man, woman, child for themselves. So I think it's wonderful what you're doing, Adela, because you're bringing back this idea of community to people, and the idea of like just start small. You have a sphere of influence. You don't have to be like.
No, it's really start where you are, and it's some of the communities. There are communities already. You just embrace, I think, the humanistic approach. Like, we're here on this planet together, essentially. Let's help each other. Why wouldn't I help you, right? And if you ask me for help, I'm here. It's okay. I'll pick up the phone. You need to talk for a sec. I understand. I'm here.
Adela, how do you circumvent the challenges presented by the social distancing?
On a personal level?
Well, no, I mean as a community.
I think this morning and yesterday is a great example. I think, or even our Facebook group. I haven't met most of the people that are connected through Crown Heights Mutual Aid. I haven't met in person.
I'm joining up Crown Heights Mutual Aid.
Is
there an apartment in your neighborhood that I can?
Come and join us. We don't discriminate again
Into that building
around
in the backyard. Yeah.
the location. Yeah. But what I was gonna say is today somebody from the group was dropping me dropping personal protective equipment for our delivery volunteers, and some bags for sorting groceries. And I've never met her, but I really desire to at least wave her out of my porch when picking up the stuff. And so we agreed, and she described the car that she's gonna be in, and I kind of waved in the distance. And I think even that kind of far-fetched connection of like you're doing something so incredible, and picking up where I am falling short, and dropping off this wonderful equipment to help something bigger. I want to at least wave. And I think yeah, and I think there's something, I don't think we need to be face to face necessarily to feel a connection and gratitude towards a person. And that's something that I'm learning throughout this. There was a project, a community project that happened while way before coronavirus in our neighborhood, and it was collecting backpacks, filling it with supplies for people living in the streets. And I was very busy, and I couldn't be at home accepting all of the donation from my community. So we didn't see each other either, but there was a sense of community of all of us being engaged in this project and helping.
It's almost apostasy what you're doing in America, right? It's kind of, everyone is focused on panic, and you are spreading love, which I think is quite lovely.
I think it's really thank you, but I think it's quite natural to have the first like panic and that frozen feeling, and it's so important to keep your body moving to process it. It doesn't mean that I don't feel the panic and the people that are helping don't feel the panic, but I think
doing the thing that you can to keep society based on love starts at home, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And showing up for yourself, for each other, will actually make you feel better. It makes, at least for me personally, I have a sense of the ability to do something. I can't cure coronavirus. I can't, my whole family is back in Czech Republic, so I can't do a lot of things, but this is what I can do right here. And I think
you would hope that someone in their town would be doing it for them.
I'm sure they are. Yeah, I'm sure they are. But I want to emphasize that everybody can do this. Like we cannot do a lot.
How exactly would you suggest people do it?
All right.
The memo?
Are you ready?
Yeah. Go door to door. Like what? Like call people? Like how?
So first of all, there might be a group that's already active in your neighborhood.
Okay, so you did mention that. Yeah.
So just look out for mutual aid in your neighborhood, in your city. If there isn't, then draft your flyer, or reach out to me personally, and I'll send you different samples that we're using.
Yeah, we want the samples.
All right. I get this. New York is fast. You need the samples.
If you already have it written, just wrap it up. Well, people keep saying, oh, now that everyone has all this extra time, I don't have any extra time. I have less time. I have a full-time job. My husband has a full-time job. We have to squeeze those 2 full-time jobs into part-time days because we have to watch our kid on the rest of the time. Yeah. Plus, we have to prepare for the coronavirus and keep up with it and check in with our families. It's not like we have a ton of extra, extra time.
Which might be, that might be an opportunity for you to ask for help. There are people that are offering online babysitting and story time. My friend is doing story time for kids every day at 5 p.m. Well, all nice. Of these different things.
Yeah.
So let's loop into what you can do. All right. So I'm going to give you a flyer.
Can you read it to the people who are watching? Because we have people I'm trying to get what you're doing out to the millions of people who are watching us in other countries. Do you know what I mean? So you don't necessarily take this opportunity to give them sample.
All right,
Not
let's see.
exactly.
Let's see if I have it here.
Yeah, take your time. It's not, that's fine.
And if I don't, on this computer maybe, and if I don't, I'm happy to send it to you. Maybe you can, maybe
Oh,
you
I'll
can
read it later on
send it
yeah.
and read it later. Yeah.
You
But
can
basic,
post it up in our little chat or
that would
something.
be amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's
so
cool. I mean, in my mind, as I'm asking you what you're doing, I'm thinking like, well, I could go, like I have a printer right here. I could print out some
perfect.
things, or I could even write them by hand, or have my daughter help me write them with her little handprint. Like we could make it into like an art project and then
Of course.
put them to the neighbors. And I also had a thought like, oh, there's a lot of people. I think there's like a rich people and a renters. There's an owners society of there's a block society in this
All
block,
right.
but I'm pretty sure it's all just the people who own the houses, which probably need help too. And maybe they would be able to hook us renters up all together, kind of thing. So
Right. There's a renter association, and the rent strike is a real thing. How to fight it? Yeah.
I want to stop paying the rent. If you get to stop paying your mortgage, how come I don't get to stop paying my rent? That doesn't.
It's rough. We're fighting the fight.
Yeah.
But I want to tie to something that you said. You said that you have a printer, right?
I do.
So that's a really important step, at least from what I think, is what is it that you do, that you have, that your resources are. You have a printer. Maybe you don't have time, but you at least have a printer, and you have maybe connections to all of these people that are here today, which is amazing, right? So you have a voice and a printer. So which is most than a lot of people have, right? So a lot of people don't, for example, don't have printers, and you can help them print their flyers and put it up in their buildings.
See,
right?
that goes for that says something for keeping old school technology around.
It's
There
very
might be a
true.
pandemic. Don't get rid of it.
Don't get rid of your printer. Yeah,
That printer.
it will be helpful.
Where's my VHS tape player?
And the second thing that I wanted to say, in terms of making flyers by hand, just make sure, even when printing, that all the sanitary requirements and health concerns are on your mind. So wear gloves or wash your hands very thoroughly before printing and after, and before posting and afterwards. And if you're writing it by hand, maybe slide it onto one of those like clear plastic slides, and make sure to wipe it down with something, with like a disinfection wipe or something like that, because we don't want to transmit the virus further, even through those flyers.
Yeah, or email probably would would work as well. We're speaking with Adela Wagner, multidisciplinary artist, visual activist, and educator, born in Prague, Czech Republic. Adela's work lies at the intersection of many art forms, ranging from music to photography and film, through immersive installation and interactive art, which you can see behind her that she has done with the plants in her house. I just want to thank you for bringing that visual to people. It's so peaceful and beautiful. And I hope you'll come back and keep us posted on how the community is doing in Crown Heights, and we'll keep you posted on how we're able to, what we've been able to launch on this end.
I'm very happy to. Don't forget to print your poster. I'll send it your way.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being with us. I appreciate it.
Of course, and ask for help when you need it.
I'll try, but
it's hard.
I'm so busy doing everything myself that Bye, Adela. Nice meeting you. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye. So nice to meeting you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.